and welcome to our daily news program broadcast daily from Hanoi. Our top stories.
President Chung Tan-san calls on outstanding businesses to tap potentials of domestic and international markets. The Ministry of Labour, War Invalids and Social Affairs looks to create 1.6 million new jobs this year. Cambodia Angkor Air launches direct flight route between Phnom Penh and Hanoi.
President Chung Tan-san had a meeting in Hanoi on January 7th with outstanding entrepreneurs who were honored with the title of the 2012 National Trademark Award. He called on them to give special attention to tapping potentials of domestic and international markets. President Chung Tan-san asked the outstanding businesses to continue making practical contributions to promoting images of the country and people. In 2012, the enterprises participating in the National Trademark Award program signed contracts worth of over $1 billion. Their business has obtained vigorous growth despite numerous difficulties in and outside the country. Sang appreciated the program's council, the Ministry of Industry and Trade, and relevant agencies for actively popularizing the image of the country's brand names. The state leader also urged the Council and the Ministry to continue creating favorable conditions for businesses to reach their set targets for 2013. Domestic and global economies are forecast to continue facing challenges in 2013. The Ministry of Labour, War Invalids and Social Affairs organized a video conference to launch its 2013 task in Hanoi on January 7th. The conference was attended by Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng.
The Ministry of Labour, War Invalids and Social Affairs looks to create 1.6 million new jobs, increase the number of workers with social insurance to over 11 million, and provide vocational training for 1.9 million people in 2013. In the year, 98.5% of policy beneficiaries and people that served the nation will see their living standards improve, and the country's poverty rate is expected to decrease by 2%. The ministry will assist people affected by natural disasters and poor harvests and ensure the rights of women and children. It will take more drastic measures to reduce poverty, especially in remote regions and areas where ethnic groups live. Speaking at the event, Deputy Minister Nguyễn Thanh Hòa said the ministry created 1.52 million new jobs and held vocational training courses for nearly 1.5 million people in 2012. It also provided a regular allowance to 1.5 million people for the services they render to the nation, and health insurance costs to 2.53 million poor people. Programs to reduce poverty were implemented across the country. Vietnam's rate of poor households fell by 1.76% in 2012 to an estimated 10%.
The government has decided to spend 2.4 trillion Vietnamese dong, roughly $115.2 million, to support 23 poor districts nationwide to reduce poverty quickly and sustainably in the next 5 years. We have more.
According to the Ministry of Labour, Invalids and Social Affairs, the 23 districts were mainly home to ethnic groups, and 50% of households had incomes of less than 400,000 dong, equivalent to $19 per head a month. In the districts, infrastructure was poor, especially roads from district centers to communes and hamlets, irrigation works, electricity networks, schools, and clinics. The extra funding will enable the districts to provide boarding schools for ethnic students, build vocational schools, irrigation works, and communication routes from 2015 to 2017. More public schools, intercommunal roads to concentrated economic zones, electricity projects, and water supply plants will also be funded. The poor districts are located in northern Cao Bang, Tuyên Quang, Lào Cai, Lạng Sơn, Điện Biên and Hòa Bình provinces, and the three central provinces of Nghệ An, Quảng Nam and Phú Yên, and to central highland provinces of Kon Tum and Gia Lai. The ministry showed that the new official poverty line, which had been applied since late last year, had increased the number of poor households in the country from 11 to 15%. This amounted to about 3.3 million households. Up to 90% of poor people live in rural areas, especially in mountainous areas, the main habitats of ethnic minorities. Under the new poverty line, poor people in urban areas have a monthly income of 500,000 dong, and for rural areas, 400,000 dong. The previous poverty line was at 260,000 dong in urban areas and 200,000 dong in rural areas.
As the demand for goods grows in the lead up to the traditional New Year festival, the fight against smuggling and fraudulent trade in Lạng Sơn province intensifies. We take a look at the province that borders China.
The province's law enforcement forces have set up mobile guard stations and laid barbed wire across forest pathways and tracks to stop the illegal importing of prohibited goods into the province. The Lạng Sơn Customs Department has provided 15 more officials to help us tackle the flow of smuggled goods that enter via forest trails and shortcuts. The fight against smuggling is fierce, but smugglers become even more resourceful. Local people have been spotted crossing the Dun Tang and Kok Nam border gates transporting goods. There are people that take advantage of the state's decision number 24 that permits local residents to cross the border and purchase up to 2 million VND of goods per day. Smugglers hire locals to transport their smuggled goods. In 2012, Lạng Sơn forces discovered 3,687 cases of smuggling, seizing goods worth 51 billion VND. The number of cases decreased from 2011. Jobs need to be created for border residents so they are not exploited by smugglers. By working with the local administration and party committees, we will encourage local people to help combat smuggling. The fight against smuggling is long. It requires relevant agencies to work together to raise people's awareness and put an end to the illegal activity.
Cambodia Angkor Air on January 6th launched the first non-stop flight route between Phnom Penh and Hanoi to meet the increasing transportation demand between the two countries. The daily route uses the short to medium-range commercial passenger jet Airbus 321. The 1,000-kilometer journey between the two capitals takes about 1 hour. I've tried this direct route after knowing about it from the internet. It's very convenient.
I am a regular visitor to Phnom Penh because of my work. The direct route of Cambodia Angkor Air helps me save time. I no longer need a transit in Vientiane, Laos.
The direct flight will also help boost the social and economic relations between the two countries. The flight frequency between Phnom Penh and Ho Chi Minh City is also being increased. The Phnom Penh-based airline, a joint venture between the Cambodian government and the flag carrier Vietnam Airlines of Vietnam, currently runs 11 flight routes, with 3 domestic flights and 8 international flights. It transported 325,000 passengers in 2012, up 6% compared to the previous year, with a seat occupancy rate of 68%. Cambodia Angkor Air plans to have 10,500 flights and transport 754,000 passengers in 2013. The Union of Friendship Organizations of the Mekong Delta province of Tiền Giang is coordinating with Saigon Children's Charity of Australia to teach nearly 300 primary school children how to swim. We have more.
Started on January the 7th, the 5-day course in the Mekong Delta province, which is crisscrossed by rivers and canals, will equip children with skills that could save them from drowning. In 2011, the charity held swimming courses for 200 primary school pupils in the province. Drowning is the leading killer of children in Vietnam. Every year it takes the lives of around 3,500 children across the country.
That comes to the end of our program. We thank you always for being with us and see you next time.